Quirky Meta CEO and billionaire is definitely living the life you would expect him to live. I mean, you can't expect a tech billionaire to not surround himself with tech, right? Well, he is taking it to the next level by building a $270 million underground shelter for himself. Is there a war we are running from? Well, let's see what's in it. Mark Zuckerberg has definitely hacked the good life, and his homes are proof of that. We say that because, have you seen Mark move around? That man wears a pair of jeans and $60 t-shirts and is on his way. He makes sure his wife and children have the best though, because why would you be a billionaire and your family not get the best of the world? Some of his biggest purchases have included a $150 million luxurious yacht that is complete with a helipad, a multi-million-dollar car collection, as well as an underground shelter that spans 5,000 square feet. Now, we're saving the best for later, so keep watching for all the amazing details of the underground shelter. But first, has Mark spent equally huge prices on other things? The answer is yes, hundreds of millions of dollars too. Besides these properties, Mark didn't think twice before spending $59 million on 2 vacation homes in Lake Tahoe. Most people that go on vacation rent out to Via to be fancy or enjoy a luxurious vacation. Not for Mark Zuckerberg. When you own 2 homes like these, well, whenever you go, it's vacation season. His homes on Lake Tahoe come complete with a private lake view. They're built on 10 acres of land, have 15 bedrooms between them, and a number of private docks. Lake Tahoe has views so serene that you wouldn't want to leave. Mark Zuckerberg also owns a couple more mansions, including the Carousel Estate. This estate was built in the 1930s, and although it has undergone a couple of renovations, it still retains a certain oldies charm to it. If you're on the hunt for a homely mansion, find something like Carousel Estate. The second mansion the Meta CEO owns is the Brushwood Estate. This one is a mix of modernity and 60s vibe, and the design is executed perfectly. This mansion has 2 guest houses that are each the sizes of a regular home. Hey, we would love to be guests of Mark anytime he calls. He also owns a 5-bedroom home in Palo Alto, Silicon Valley, which he got for the price of $7 million. Now, the home has 5 bathrooms, a pool, and a garden. And for a feat that only someone like Mark can pull off, he spent an additional $43 million on the 4 buildings around the home in Silicon Valley. But why would he do that? He already paid $7 million. Well, in case you didn't know, the Meta CEO really loves privacy, and he would stop at nothing to ensure that is provided to him at all times. Besides, who needs neighbors when there's a possibility of getting a Karen? And nobody likes Karens. He paid for the homes to shelter his wife and children, as well from prying eyes, and so far, he succeeded. There's not much about his family that is online without their consent or permission. Living the introvert's dream, y'all. Considering how Mark's work schedule is, it is not impossible to imagine that he doesn't get to spend as much time as he would like with his wife. Moments of relaxation when you could just kick back and enjoy talking about the day is one thing Zuckerberg factored in when he bought an old 1928 home in San Francisco. He bought the home for $10 million, which is a lot considering the fact that he had to change so many things. These many renovations, which cost around $1.6 million, but that is barely a dent in Mark's fortune. Some of the notable additions he made during the course of renovations include a media room, a new functional kitchen with modern amenities, as well as a wine cellar that is good enough to hold an array of expensive wine selections. Unwinding is bound to go very differently in this kind of spot. Oh, and Mark hates Mondays a lot, as we have discovered. It's probably why his biggest property is located in Hawaii. The home is located on 750 acres of privately owned land. In layman's terms, that's a lot of land. It is so huge that more than 500 football fields can fit inside the property. Mark really dislikes noisy neighbors, so much so that in 2014, he decided to buy this chunk of land in Hawaii for $100 million. Since then, Mark has added another 95 acres to the landed properties he owns in Hawaii, and this cost him an extra $45 million. This much land wasn't enough because he also fell in love with the Kulau Plantation and Ranch in Hawaii, and he quickly purchased it for a whopping $66 million. Interesting Interestingly, both subsequent purchases were done so that they are side by side with the initial $100 million purchase. The Kulau Plantation is now the future site for Mark Zuckerberg's underground bunker, which will span 5,000 square feet of space, making use of the world on top and the space below. Innovative, but also very daring. Speaking of dares, we're daring you to subscribe to the channel, and we also dare the next person to do the same. So start a chain in the comments, will ya? The plan for the underground shelter is enough to keep a small town surviving for many years to come. The bunker is proposed to have its own energy supply plant as well as food supplies, and the entire cost of this whole project together with the land purchased will be a whopping $270 million. Is there an apocalypse coming? Or maybe a war? Let us in, Mark. What's going on? Well, until we have the answers, we can see that Zuckerberg is planning to live life almost the same in the event of an apocalypse. We're talking the ultimate billionaire bunker lifestyle. Although this plan is in serious motion and designs as well as what to come is slowly being revealed, Mark is not without a little bit of a hiccup when it comes to his land ownership. Even though he has bought close to 1,000 acres of land in Hawaii alone, some parts of the land in and around the area still belong to Native Hawaiians. The interesting part is that these people could be sued for trespassing even if they are on their own land. There have been people who have tried to access this property, but as soon as Mark signed the deed to the ownership of the property, he erected a fence around it. A landowner whose piece got caught up in Zuckerberg's massive encampment said they'll get arrested for trespassing if they ever attempted it and were caught. Mark is rich and powerful enough to sue these owners for trespassing and force them to sell. There's also the possibility of him taking the land from them without paying a dime. Another Hawaiian, Terry Ferreira, has a cousin who sold their land to a company named North Shore Company LLC for $400 without realizing it's owned by Mark Zuckerberg. This and many other Hawaiians have been forced to sell for pennies on the dollar and file lawsuits where they are required to pay the plaintiff's fees. And in this case, that's Zuckerberg's. So what sugarcane farmer would spend hard-earned money on a lawsuit they might not win? This is the controversy that surrounds the building of Zuckerberg's bunker. Some of the rumors are that Mark Zuckerberg is building this massive bunker in the event that society collapses and we wake up into an apocalypse. To know the details of the whole project is practically impossible because it's on a no details available lockdown. Let's just name it Mystery Island at this point. From the outside, most of the land is unused and the walkable area is still a work in progress. The current building situation is 12 buildings that have 30 bedrooms and bathrooms in between them. It's a shame that Mark is not interested in running a hotel. The bunker design will reportedly be designed to look like two mansions put together, with conference rooms, offices, kitchens, and lounge areas. The food will also be produced in the compound, and it's already in progress as well. The food being grown and produced spans across a 1,400-acre plantation that was purchased in 2021 for $53 million. The spokesperson for Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla, Brandt Hoffine Barr, revealed this information but didn't say anything about the actual size of the bunker or exactly what kind of designs would be implemented in building it. The most evident trait about this whole project is that Zuckerberg's family constant demand for privacy. The large and all-encompassing land purchase, which was encamped immediately. The purchase was done, the private beach and lakefronts, as well as the food being grown by them, are all pointers to their private lifestyle. Wanting to live alone isn't bad or anything outside of the ordinary, but what is crazy is investing almost $300 million to get close to it. Left to Mark, if he could buy a whole planet, well, he would. However, since it is not sure how long this is going to take, Mark can count on his Palo Alto secluded property to keep a quiet environment, or even his Lake Tahoe homes. If land is too loud, Mark and family can just travel anywhere they want by water on their mega yacht. This luxurious beast on water costs $150 million, and going by anything this CEO has been purchasing, it barely makes a dent in his pocket. The Ulysses is a 350 feet long yacht, which is a swimming pool, if the ocean's too cold of course, a sauna, a steam room, a jacuzzi, a dining area, and oh yeah, a wine cellar. It also boasts of luxurious rooms as well as a master suite that was truly made for a king. The monthly maintenance of the yacht reportedly costs around $2 million. All we're saying is, this man has it all. Let us just hope he doesn't get any more ambitious or we'll have nowhere else to live. Maybe Mark might send us an invite to come live in his bunker if we ever wake up to an apocalypse. Who will cause that? Well, we hope they're never born. Although, there are some people who probably think Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, would send us into one of the two, a war or an apocalypse. Maybe that's why he's escaped death 43 times. How exactly did he do this? We'll find out in this next video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.